Good morning, good morning. It's today, bro. Tuesday. Tuesday is March 25th. It's 8:39 in the morning. I just woke. I mean, why didn't just wake up? Woke up. I mean, bro, I always have an alarm. I always have an alarm, right? See, there's a thing, right? It's just something about, bro, having some type of structure in your life, right? That you just have to like stick with it, right? Bro, like as far as like having a schedule, bro, having a schedule for things that you do, right? You know, see right there, that's where like I guess and like discipline and other things too, discipline and like being consistent. That's how you build those things, right? And by that I mean, like, bro, I try to go to sleep always at the same time. I go to sleep at the same time, bro. I wake up at the same time, right? Having structure, right? Having structure. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong, you know, we all live in this life, you know, there might be a weekend or stuff like that, you know what I mean? But that's rare. That's rare. That don't happen too much or too often where I'm like out at midnight. I'm nah, bro. I want to be in bed. I want to be in bed by 9, from 9:30 to 10:30, bro. That's it, bro. I'm in the house, bro. So yeah, bro. My alarm is always set at 6:30. My alarm's always set at 6:30. Sometimes I wake up 5, and then sometimes I you know what I mean. But for the most part, bro, 6:30, bro. I'm up by 6:30. You know what I mean? I try to set a structure, and also like depending on what I'm doing, bro. Also too, a schedule for when I eat. A schedule for when I eat, right? Because that's important too, right? That's important too, right? Especially if you just want to stay. You know, if you want to stay, however you want to put it, bro, healthy. I want to stay healthy. I want to stay lean. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, right? But I tend to notice, bro, when I'm out and about, like, let's just say work or not even necessarily work, bro, just out in the street, bro, and I have food in my stomach, it's just I don't feel the same, right? I don't feel the same. I don't feel as like, you know, I have like a mental fog, you know. I need to be sharp. I need to be focused, and for whatever like tasks, the day, obstacles, whatever you want to call it, tasks, obstacles that I gotta do and I gotta complete throughout my day. You know what I mean? And I find that like if I'm eating, it just don't help. It don't help me, at least, you know. So like I say, even that too, having a time, right, for when I eat and stuff like that, bro. But yeah, and also too, like, bro, I have came, and this is like what I had came to the realization, bro, that some things, bro, we just do not have control over, and that's okay, right? Because I get it. You know, sometimes you might feel or wish that you can have control, a little bit more control over certain things in certain areas of your life. And like, don't get me wrong, right? Bro, having control, bro, having like control and discipline, it just don't have to do with like, it don't have to do with other people, right? It don't have to do with other people, like not even a little bit, right? Bro, having control and having like discipline in oneself, bro, is, let's just say, bro, you're being around a bunch of like snacks and bro, not participating, right? Because also too, like, don't get me wrong, right? Like, for example, right? Bro, my wife, bro, she just She wake up, she eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, she be out and about, and you know what I mean, like, and it's cool, bro. I ain't It's cool, bro. It's cool. At least it's cool with me, right? I don't really be worrying about stuff like that, right? You know what I mean? But just because, and also too, like, I get it, I understand, right? A lot of times, like, those things can get in the way, right? Because if you're disciplined and you're trying to be consistent in certain things, right, in certain areas of your life, right? But if, like I said, people, places, and things, right, you hanging around people, you're in a certain place, like, you're in a certain environment, like, bruh, and sometimes if you're not disciplined enough, or if you haven't built that mental callus, or that, just that discipline, right, that discipline, and you don't have that gap of being consistent, of having a baby step one day at a time, right? Like, bro, you can fall into temptations, right? You can fall into temptations. I say that because it's happened to me, you know, firsthand, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but also too, like, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, let me just, these are just like little examples that I'm trying to give and set, right? Because we'll be out and about, bruh, family, you know what I mean? We be around some people, bruh, and it's cool, right? Because you gotta understand, right? What I eat, it don't make you. You know, you understand what I'm saying? What you eat don't make me. So it's like, why would you, if I say I don't want something, bruh, or I don't want, like, bruh, I'm good, right? But then they try to flip it and try to say, well, I'm eating, but you're not eating. But what does that matter? Because what I eat, it's not gonna benefit you. It's not gonna give you strength. It's not gonna give you energy. You understand what I'm saying? So what does it matter if you're eating and I'm not eating? It just don't matter. It's just a simple fact of, you know that I'm structured, and you know that I have you know that I live a certain way, or I view things differently. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying hurt, right? I'm just saying these are examples. These are examples because I've been through it. Also too, like, I've had conversations with my brother, you know, because, like I said, like, mainly, bro, I don't even like using these words, right? Because everybody now on the internet, that's like the thing to say, right? Oh, I fast. Oh, I eat one meal a day. And bro, people that say it like that, bro, like, don't get me wrong, bro, like, bro, this is my lifestyle. This is just how I've been living my life, bro, for the past 5 to 6 years of my life, bro. Like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, because like I said, right, I don't want to make it seem like, bro, oh, it's just a trend right now. Oh, we just, like, nah, bro, this is my life. But pretty much what I'm saying is, like, because, you know, people will ask me for tips and ask me, like, oh, or like, because, like, I'm telling you, bro, when you do things right, like, that's what I be saying. When you do things today, bro, it benefits you in the days to come, right? And then when you do certain things right, when you do certain things for the better of your health, right, bro, it shows. Now, like I said, bro, I'm not perfect, right? I'm probably the most imperfect person on earth, right? Because but don't get me wrong, bro, like, in my life, it's my life. I have structure. I have a certain discipline. I do things different. You know what I mean? But now the next person might not see it like that. But anyways, like, these are just examples, right? Of sometimes something as simple as restraining from something, from participating in certain things, right? That shows a lot about you. And that really separates the men from the boys out here, bro, or whatever you want to call it, bro. Because, like I said, right, what the next also too, like, and let me get there, right? So he would tell me, like, bro, it's hard, right? Because he's trying to lose weight, he's trying to, and stuff like that, right? It's hard, bro, because when I'm at home with the family, bro, that's all they do, bro. That's all they do is they chilling, they snacking, they this, they that. And I get it, right? I understand that, right? But there's gotta be a point in the time, right, where you gotta realize and you gotta understand, bro, that these things that we're doing, bro, and especially if it's affecting your health, bro, because knowingly we participate in these things, right? And not necessarily, I mean, like losing weight and eating, bro, everything, bro, down to like, bro, alcohol. People be like, oh, I'm a social drinker, this, that. Like, nah, bro. Or I don't know. I don't care. I don't care what you do, and I don't care, bro. I'm not here to tell anybody how to live their life. Or I'm just telling you about me, right? I'm just telling you about me. And like, you know, examples too, bro. So if you cannot master, bro, and have the discipline to not participate in things that you know, bro, that they're gonna affect you, bro, and in the long run, bro, like, you know what I mean? Because the proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is in the pudding. I don't know what you living, what you going through, right? But if you know, bro, that these things are bad for you, and it's like, bro, I get it, right? You don't have to just isolate yourself or anything like that, right? But bro, it's simple, bro. It's simple. You gotta say no. You gotta say no. And bro, when you say no, bro, you have to, like, bro, you have to stand on it, bro. You gotta stand on it, right? And then don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not, like I said, bro, I'm flawed as well, bro. I'm not perfect, right? Because it's trial and error, you know? But you gotta, and this is the thing, right? Like I'm saying, right? What you eat, it don't make me poop. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it, right? The temptation, the peer pressure. And like I said, bro, this don't just go for bro, this goes for all aspects in life, right? And there's certain things, like I said, right? There's certain things that are out of our control, you know? But one thing for sure, bro, the things that we really are in control of, sometimes not knowing, bro, we're not in control either, right? Because I see it all the time. I used to be like that, right? Just eating for no reason, right? Just you at the house, bro, not knowing, bro, you're at the house, bro, and you're not even hungry, bro, but you just, because you're like programmed, you just like, boom, grab a bag of, you know, you got some chips, right? You just grab a bag of chips and just eat the chips or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is the thing, right? If you cannot master restraining yourself from these things, right? It's something as simple as just eating, bro, or not even eating, not eating. You understand what I'm saying? Something as simple as that. Like, don't get me wrong, right? It is hard. And I feel like sometimes we don't pay attention to those things, right? And like I said, bro, it's not necessarily eating, right? Because there's other things, right? That, you know, something as simple as too. Like, bro, when I go to a party, and this is crazy, right? Now we're gonna get on the other tip. Right? Oh, but let me finish up. So my brother's like, bro, it's hard, but I know that when I fast and like, bro, because if you want to reset your metabolism, bro, and you know what I mean, fasting is good, right? But just do you some information, but you gotta have the information, right? Because it's more than just not eating, bro, because that right there is different, right? It's like, you know, whether you want to believe it or not, bro, it's like a connection, right? It's a spiritual healing involved in that as well, right? But anyways, right? Bro, not too long ago, right? A couple weeks, bro, it's probably been like, I wouldn't say a month now, but let's just say like 2-3 weeks ago, or maybe a month, right? Bro, we went to this trip. We went to Puerto Rico, right? We went to Puerto Rico, bro. It's friends, co-workers and stuff like that, right? So we're chilling, right? Everybody's right there, bro. Drinking, having fun, right? Bro, I'm having a blast, right? But I don't drink, right? Bro, I'ma just keep it a buck, right? If, you know what I mean? The reason I say this, right, it's just, bro, if you drink, bro, it's cool, right? Kudos, whatever works for you, right? I don't drink, right, because it affected me, bro. There was a point in time, bro, where it destroyed my life, right? You know what I mean? I was an alcoholic, this and that, right? Bro, I'm chilling, right? Bruh, for whatever reason, right? Bruh, everybody's on my case, right? Because I don't drink, bruh. So they're like, bruh, you don't drink? Nah, bruh. And then whatever, time goes on, a day passed, another day passed. Bruh, everybody's, and it's cool, right? I get it, right? Everybody's drinking, having fun, right? Y'all have fun, right? I'm having fun. But then it got to a point where everybody started kind of like, bruh, focusing their attention on me, right? And they're like, bruh, you don't drink, bruh? I'm like, nah, bruh. And then they just be like, wow, like, bruh, you don't drink, bruh? And this and that, like, nah, bruh. And then they're like, do you smoke weed? I'm like, nah, bruh, I don't smoke. I don't, you know? And then they're just like, bruh, so what do you do? And this and that. And it's like, bruh, I don't need, me personally, bruh, like I said, right, bruh, I'm in there having a blast, bruh. I don't need no drink, bruh. I don't need no smoke, bruh, for me to be right there dancing and having fun, bruh, and participating participating in the having fun, bruh. You do not need to drink, bruh. You do not need to drink or smoke, bruh, in order for you to have fun, right? I'm just saying, right? You don't need to do that, right? And it's the same thing with everything, right? Like, a lot of times, bro, you gotta separate yourself, bro. You gotta separate yourself, bro, and you gotta just get away, bro. You gotta get away, bro. You gotta get away, bro, from people, places, and things, right? For a certain, for I don't know, bro. It might take you more than it took me, bro. Or whatever, or it took me probably more than it, bro. Because when these things, bro, affect your life, bro. When these things affect your life, when these things bring nothing but pain and suffering and problems, like I said, bro. I don't know about. I'm just keeping it on me, right? Pain, problems, suffering, this, that, bruh. Because I'll tell you this, right? What those things did, right? They really just, it got to a point in my life, bro, where I felt like, bro, I was the passenger in my own life. You understand what I'm saying? Because I didn't have control. I was just eating, bro, just to eat, bro. I'm drinking, bro. I'm waking up drinking, bro. I ain't even brushed my teeth yet, bro. I got beer from the last night, bro. I'm still, you know what I mean? It was bad like that, right? Bro, I'm going to work, bro. Go to lunch, bro. Go get some beer, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was bad, bro. It was bad, right? But also, too, like, I realized, and then not only that, right? Problems, personal issues, problems, depression, anxiety, problems with my spouse, legal problems, you know what I'm saying, bro? Just problems, bro. Because like I said, right, when you have problems, right, because you don't know what people be going through, right? You know what I'm saying? So the problems that I was having, bro, internally, bro, those problems were reflecting, right? Because those problems were like oozing out of me, right? Because now I'm having I'm depressed, I'm sad, you know what I mean? And now all I want to do is go to these substances to escape, right? But, bruh, you don't, bruh. It don't work like that, bruh. It don't work like that. And then when I realized that I was being a coward, bruh, that all I wanted to do was run and hide from my problems, right? In these substances, in the alcohol, and in this and that, right? So anyways, like I said, right? Or like I'm saying, right? Bruh, I had to get away from, bruh, people, places, and things, right? And I get it sometimes, bruh. I get it, bruh. You cannot get, like, obviously, like, bruh, I can't get away from my wife. I can't get away from, like, I'm talking, that's my immediate family, but I'm just saying in general, right? Bro, you gotta get away. You gotta get away, bro. You gotta give yourself time, bro. You have to spend time with yourself in order for you to figure out yourself. And like I said, bro, these things were causing pain and suffering in my life, bro, that I was like, bro, these things gotta stop, right? So I'm living my life, right? And I feel like I'm in the passenger I'm the passenger in my own life. Like, cause I'm not in control, right? I'm not in control. I couldn't even, like, I knew, bruh, the things that I was doing, the things that I was picking up and ingesting, bro, was this, and were the same things, bro, that were affecting me, that were harming me. You understand what I'm saying, bro? That were bringing these problems into my life, right? But I didn't have the control, right? Because I ended up losing control of these things, right? So now I'm waking up, bro, and subconsciously, not even knowing, bro, I'm doing these things, right? Because this is the way I was living. This is the type of lifestyle that I was living. You know what I'm saying? At that time. Bro, I knew that I didn't want to drink no more, bro. And the alcohol had had me such in a headlock, bro, that bro, I would sit there, I would buy a beer, bro, and I would sit in the car, bro, just looking at the beer, bro, for like an hour, bro, because I didn't want it no more. But eventually I would crack and fold under pressure and just crack it and then just drink it, bro, crying, miserable, bro. I would cry because I didn't want to do this no more, but it had just such a hold on me. You understand what I'm saying? It was bad, bro. It was bad, right? So in order for you, like I said, right, there's a lot of things, right, that we don't have control over, bro, but we have control. And like, don't get me wrong, right? Sometimes subconsciously, by the things you watch, by the things you hear, bro, you know what I mean? Because not even knowing, like, it's just an example, right, bro? When I listen to rap music, because I don't listen to it no more. When I listen to rap music, bro, it's nothing but cussing, itches, this, that, you know what I'm saying? So when I listen to that, because I've noticed, right, bro, I start cussing again, right? Like, bro, because you're hearing these things, right, bro, and then they're just being recorded in your subconscious and not even knowing, and now you're acting out, bro, not even knowing, right? So in order for you to, like, one thing for sure, two things for certain, right, bro, if you don't have control over, like, just simple, bro, the things that you eat, bro, how do you think that you think you have control over your own mind and your own thoughts? You ever had a thought, bro, that came out of nowhere, that you weren't even thinking, that it was just like, bro, why did I even think this? Bro, that's because of the things that you watch. You know what I'm saying? The things you watch, the things you hear, bro, is being recorded in your subconscious, right? And your subconscious isn't like, bro, your subconscious is in the bag, bro. You don't really like tap into it, right? But honestly, it's just recording everything. It's listening to everything, bro. And now you're acting out, bro. You're acting out, not even knowing what you're doing. Because you done polluted your mind, bro, with just negativity and negativity. You watch the negativity on the shows and this and that, bro. That's why it's very important, right? Because I get it, right? Like, sometimes we just have time, right? And all you want to do, bro, is be entertained, right? But the way you're being entertained, right, is polluting your mind, bro, and you don't even know it. It's deep, bro. It gets deep, right? Don't get me wrong, right? The way I view things, the way I think of things, right, is probably much different than the next person. But like I said, bro, I'm not perfect, bro. I'm not, bro. But anyways, right? So there's things that we probably want control over, but we don't have control of those things. But something as simple, bro, as what you eat, or what you know what I'm saying? Not even knowing, bro, you don't even have control over that, right? Because if you know, bro, this thing is messing up your health, right? But you keep running back to it. You keep going. Why? Because it tastes good, or because it makes you feel good? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, bro, it get deep out here, bro. Like I said, right? Learn, bro. Learn. Sometimes, bro, like I said, we have thoughts, bro, that aren't even our thoughts, right? But we entertain those thoughts more than the actual thoughts that we produce in our head. That we, like, because I know, bro, when I'm just out of nowhere, bro, boom, a thought comes in my head that has nothing to do with the way I'm living or nothing about my life. And it's just weird, right? But sometimes, like, because like I said, I've been there, right? I would. I don't do it no more. But like I said, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I would entertain that thought more. I would pay attention to that thought more. And that wasn't even my own, you know? It's crazy, right? That's why it's like it's programming, bro. It's programming, honestly. Whether you want to believe it or not, bro, it's programming, right? They programmed us to think that we got to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro. And now you 30, 35 years old, bro, and you diabetic and this and that, bro. You're young, bro, and your health is messed up, right? And not only that, right? They programmed you to make you think that you need to have alcohol, bro, to have fun and to be in a party or whatever, right? That's all programming, bro. But that's really all that stuff, bro, is really messing up your life, bro. Cause it messed up my life. I don't know. I'm not saying it's messing up I'm just saying it messed up my life. But you gotta unlearn all that stuff, right? And you gotta, like, it just depends, right? Like I said, bro, you gotta you gotta spend alone time with yourself to get to know yourself. You know, I'm just saying, right? But yeah, man, take care of you guys yourself, bro. The information, bro, this is the crazy thing too, right? We have these phones, right? But like I said, right, I get it. I've been there. We have these phones, right? We go to work, we come back, right? And bro, because I was like that. I would go to work and come back, bro, and not do nothing, bro, beneficial to my life, right? Because I'm coming home, bro. I'm chilling with the family, bro. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But really, bro, you're not doing nothing, right? Like I said, bro, if you drink today, bro, tomorrow is gonna affect you. But if you do something today that's gonna benefit you, that's gonna benefit your health, or you're gonna, you learning something, bro, that's gonna, it's a double-edged sword, bro. If you do something good today, bro, tomorrow the results are gonna be there and it's gonna show. But if you do something today, like I said, bro, if I drink today, it's gonna affect me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? If I do something good today, tomorrow it's gonna be better. I'm telling you, bro, just be careful out here what you do. Be careful the way and I get it, bro. We just live in life, and I understand that you just, there's certain points where I just want to be entertained and this and that, but nah, bro, because honestly, it's polluting your mind, and there's better things that you can do, bro, with your time and with your phone, bro. Your phone, bro, you can get some real good information with your phone, right? But it depends on you, bro, what you want to do, bro. If you notice, bro, if you watch a certain thing, whether it's on YouTube or on your social media, then you get a bunch of that stuff. So I'm just saying, man, be careful, man. Be careful, pay attention to what you do out here.